Yo, 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 YouTube, it's your boy Luco. Back here with you. Got another one just like the other one here. I'm going to pick up where I left off. Um, I left y'all. I also wanted to let y'all know that the prison that I'm talking about right now, there's a behind bars NECC, Missouri. It's USA World's Toughest Prisons. The what you're looking at, that video that's behind us here is actually the video of the prison that I'm going to be talking about pretty much through this whole deal here. So, where I left off, I was in Four House. I was on prospect status for the Missouri prison gang called Family Values. All right. I had just talked about how they took the other guy's patch, knocked him off the bleachers. So, right now I'm in Four House. I'm in A wing in Four House. Um, so far, everything had been going pretty good for me. Other than the fact it's one of them deals where I didn't realize what I was getting myself into. So everything I thought was going great. I had been on prospect status for about 6 months at this point. I had put in work already. I got into a fight in 17 House Small Yard. I guess for a prison gang member, I was doing everything I was supposed to be doing. So they called a church one day out at the ball field. Everybody must attend. I was told to walk away. So I busted a lap on the track. And they were voting to see whether I was going to get my patch or not. And by the time I had got all the way around one lap of the track, they called me over. Lugo. I went over there. It was my buddy Jay Red. He actually hugged me and said, "Congratulations, brother. Welcome to the family. I'll get you your bylaws. Next movement." Which in prison means the next movement. In that prison there was controlled movements. You could only leave your housing unit to the yard at the top of the hour. So he said, "I'll get you your bylaws, next movement." I'm like, whoa. Okay, here we go. I got to talking to another bro about doing my patch. He was in my housing unit. He did tattoo work. So I said, "Hey, I'll skate in if you don't mind. The next couple weeks, I'll get my patch." Jay Red brings me my bylaws. I go in, I get my patch, and then literally, man, I got my patch. So the next thing you know, I'm a full-fledged patch member of Family Values 622 in Missouri. And it was right here in the middle of my chest. Right there, as you can see. And then I also had FV up here. It was 2 lightning bolts, DBD 622. Excuse me. So now I'm a patch member. Okay. And everything was going smooth, man, because they're the ones who had control of all the dope. They're the ones who had control of everything on the yard, man. So they set me up with my own store. I was first time ever where I actually had a little bit of money in prison. Everything was going great. Well, the next thing you know, man, they start picking guys up off the yard. We're getting too deep. One of them guys was Jay Red, my best buddy. So now Jay Red's locked up under investigation. Mano, another one of my buddies, investigation. Jason Root, another one of my buddies, investigation. Sorry, I got some doggies in here that are here, the neighbor dog. So now I'm a brand new patch member, Family Values, and they're picking up all the old heads that are there to basically to kind of guide me along. So now I got to learn real quick, y'all. So now I'm the one in control of sending my buddies tobacco to the hole. Now I'm the one in control. So I had to grow up real quick. Well, the next thing you know, man, because they would always ship us out, ship new bros in, ship us out, ship new bros in. I'm not going to talk about any names. I could, but I ain't going to. So they ship up some new guys in there. For video's sake, we'll call him Bobo. But Bobo comes in. Now, mind you, we had got along with the Mexican gang called Tango Blast for months up until this point. Meetings on the yard, we shared ducks. They took care of ours and that were in the housing unit with them. We took care of theirs. Well, Bobo shows up and he says, no, this ain't going to work. We're not friends with these guys anywhere else, so we got to get rid of them. So I'm like, oh, shit, here we go. I know these Tongos. They're Mexicans and they're known to carry knives. They're thoroughbreds. But Bobo says, we're a step above everybody else. We're family values. We're not doing business with none of them. Okay. So we start taking them off from the bottom up. Normally you'd take the head off of the snake. I don't know, Bobo, I must have wanted to see some of the younger guys fight at the same time. So he also pointed out a few guys and said, you're on deck, which means you're on deck to go at any time. And I was one of them dudes he pointed to. So couple guys fight, couple guys, we take a few of them off the yard, and now it's my turn. All right. So I'm instructed to take out this guy they call the Godfather. I mean, you couldn't make this up. He was actually a white guy or an Italian guy, I think, and he was a part of their Mexican gang. That's kind of how they work in Missouri. So anyway, I'm instructed to take this guy out. So one of the prospects at the time, Big Tank, me and him go up to we watch this dude walk into the rec gym. So we go in behind him. I'm like, I mean, my heart's just pop, 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 pop. So luckily for me, he goes in the bathroom. And I go in right behind him. I piece him up. It was almost like he knew it was coming because basically all he did was brace. I piece this dude up and I'm back out of the bathroom. Tank's watching the door for me. And we make a clean break. One of our other bros comes in behind us, Nate. He gives this dude a beanie cap, which is like a sock cap. He's seen the dude's eyes, and I guess he just was prepared. He gives this dude a beanie cap. This dude makes it back to his housing unit, which is 17 House R&O at the time. 17 House is an open dorm at the time. They had an A side and a B side. So he gets in there, okay? And now, mind you, we had also had a discussion about, now, if we take these guys off the yard and they don't rat, and they come back out and they denounce Tango Blast, then they can stay on the yard. Okay? So this dude ends up, he fights it for like 2 days, but you got to stand up for every count. You know what I mean? And he had knotted eyes. So he ends up getting caught, y'all. They ship him to the hole and he don't tell. So I get it off. I don't know if they don't run the cameras back. Well, he'd had to have told, because then they would have known what to do, where to run the cameras back at, what time and when and where, and they would have caught me. So I got it off, man. So that's the second time I got lucky in prison. All right. So now we're working our way up. I was like the second fight, I think. There was like 6 or 7 of these dudes on the yard. So we're working our way up. Well, it comes down to the very top guy. His name's Pitt. And Pitt's known to carry a knife. So every one of us get prepared. One of the older heads, and then Bobo, hooked us up with knives. Mine was a stretched out stinger. A stinger is what you use to heat up water in prison, and what they did was they broke it, and then like unstretched the wind to make it into like a poker type shank. So they give this to me. It was like 5:30. They give me this, and I go in the house. I'm scared to death, y'all. First time I ever touched a knife in prison. I go in the house. All I got to do is make it from like 5:30 till about 8:30 the next day. So I go in, and I'm just in there. I'm there with it. You know what I mean? I'm not one of them guys that's going to stick it you know where. So I'm there with it. I mean, I could try to hide it the best I can, but what I did was I just kept it right to the side of my bunk, man. I laid there and watched TV and until it was time. I didn't even go to breakfast that morning. We were instructed the next morning when they opened the morning yard up, we're going out and we're taking this dude out one way or the other. If it takes all of us, it takes all of us. So I lay there scared to death all night. I don't know if I slept much, but so I don't go to breakfast. At about 8:30, they pop morning yard. I'm in 4 house, Big Tank's in 3 house. So as I'm walking out the small yard, he is too, basically at the same time. And I'm looking over and I see him. So we meet each other. We kind of walk together and we meet each other on the walk. He's like, "You ready?" I said, "Yeah." "You ready?" "Yeah." We look around, we see all the other bros coming. So Tank was the type of bro, man. He was a big badass dude, really. He walks up to the handball court ahead of me, fast walking. There's Pitt. Pitt was known to play handball daily. He catches him off guard, man, and he starts piecing him up. Actually, during the fight, you could hear the knife ding, ding, ding on the handball court. Well, I don't know if it ding, 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 but it made a noise when it hit the ground. And Tank starts beating this dude's ass. I mean, this dude wouldn't have had time to, he barely even seen it coming. So basically, other than maybe a little bit of yelling, I didn't have to do nothing. I turn around, I bust back into our small yard where there's some old heads out there. I sat down by them on the yard. I push the knife down or the shank down into the ground, get up in the house. Next movement, right back out. Basically, every one of us did the same thing. We talk a little bit, kind of like a job well done type deal. Now, how are we going to get Tank tobacco to the hole? Basically the same thing that happens every time. We figure it out, and now they're gone. I mean, we took a whole gang out within a month. In all, we took every one of them dudes out, and I bet to this day there's probably still no Tongo blast on the yard in Missouri. I could be wrong. It's been a few years since I was locked up, but I'd be willing to bet. I did a lot of time after that, and they never showed up. Now, there were some other Mexican gangs that ended up, like MS-13, the Northerners or whatever they are. There's just not a big Mexican presence in Missouri, so I'd be willing to bet. But anyway, so eventually I got this stupid tattoo right here, actually. It's one that you can barely see. It's like the ghost looking, clown looking face right here. I'm in 4A just enjoying everything, man. I end up getting caught for that tattoo. I go to the hole. I end up getting shipped back out to the same housing unit, but different wing. And I mean, it was all basically the same, but man, I had it made in that wing. At least I thought I did, I lost lots and lots of food, lots of money, because once you go to the hole and come back out, people just get mixed up, and especially if you're in another wing, then they got to bring it to your wing, and people can hide, and it's just too much. So that was my first trip to the hole. I ended up doing 10 days in the hole over that one. But anyway, y'all, if y'all have enjoyed this, man, you'll enjoy. This is just the tip of the iceberg, y'all. If you enjoy this, get back with me, like and subscribe, and I will bring some more content to y'all. Appreciate y'all.